I know some people that have done some stuff. A lot of babies made that way. Long story short, he went to jail. Love is amazing. Akshev, so a lot of people gained interest in the last video that we made. So now we're making part 2. So basically, once you enlist the military, you get 2 different types of berets. The first one is kind of like a sand-ish type of color. Every single person in the military will get the exact same thing on its training days. But once you finally get enlisted to your own unit and the place that you're going to serve, they're going to give you the color that is for this specific unit. We have the Air Force, we have the Army, and we have the Navy. Each one of them has a different color of uniform. So the Navy, I believe it's white color. The Air Force is also kind of like beige, and the Army is olive green. So in case you haven't watched the last video, we talked about the fact that in Israel, both girls and boys, they have to go to the military together. They enlist together. Sometimes they even train together. A lot of people, especially in Korea, they kind of wonder how is it possible, because from what I know, at least in Korea, it's mostly men that go to the military and there isn't a lot of female. And I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to spill the tea and tell you everything about it. The guys and girls have separated places to sleep. For example, whether it's dormitory or tents, it's going to be separated. And I know that sometimes a lot of sexual tension or just in general romance can occur. It's not illegal to be in a relationship. However, you have to be super, super sneaky about it. Otherwise, you might go to jail or get some sort of punishment. But a lot of romances do start there. A lot of times you either stay in the base or you go home. The people that go home, usually they don't really date or find people in the base. Like, obviously it's case by case. But because you can go outside, you don't feel like the sexual tension, you don't feel like the need for romance, and if you do, it's probably going to be with somebody outside. However, once you are locked in a base, basically, you can't go outside, you only see your peers. Some sexual thing might happen, and I know like a story or two, because it's wrong and it's naughty. The risk is so high, then people are really afraid of doing it, but at the same time they want to do it. They want to rebel the system in a way. So a lot of babies made that way, and a lot of couples have started this way. It's best if you will not show any affection inside the base. So you're not allowed to hold hands, you're not allowed to touch each other or to kiss each other, because, it can be quite risky if somebody will catch you. But the sneakiness actually helps the romance in a way. Girl groups or guy groups will try to push each other into relationship with other people. They will try to fix them up together. They will try to butter them up. For example, the girls are going to be like, oh, he's so nice, he's so cute, you should probably date him. And the guys are going to be the exact same thing. It's not super common, but at the same time, it happens a lot. So it's very fun being inside the military base, because everybody gossips, everybody wants the tea, everybody wants something interesting to happen besides what they're doing on daily basis. Once there is a rumor of a romance starting, or if they think the 2 people can be very good for each other, they will help each other to get into that relationship. But if we're going to be a little bit more kinky, basically you're not allowed, obviously, to show any affection, let alone have sex in the military base. However, I know some people that have done some stuff. I know people that, sneaking kisses, holding hands when it's not allowed, but it's very romantic in a way. I know a commander that had a relationship with one of his soldiers. Obviously, because they can't really show any affection and stuff like that, they had to sneak around. So one night they were having fun extra hours, as you would call it, in his office, and he got caught by the person who's in charge on the base. And Long story short, he went to jail. But there's a happy ending. They got married eventually. So, love is amazing. Guys are not allowed to enter the girls' dormitory or tent or whatever, and girls cannot do the same with the men. So they have to be more sneaky and they have to be more creative and find different places where they can share their love, do some nasty stuff. A lot of times it can happen like in public setting because this is the place where people will not suspect, being secretive. I don't know what to say. It doesn't necessarily have to be just guys and girls. I know a lot of couples that are like girls and girls or guys and guys that lived under the same roof and romance sparked from there. People that serve in the same base or serve in the same role. It basically applies to all genders. Obviously, once it's a girl-on-girl action or guy-on-guy action, it's much more easier because you live under the same roof. But it's still very risky and you have to be very, very sneaky about it. So there are a lot of Korean dramas at the moment that are kind of viral that talk about the military life, and you can see there are people bullying each other. You can see a lot of hierarchy and how people take it too seriously. At the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. We're all here to serve the country. So it's really sad seeing this kind of stuff because I know that it happens in real life as well. Quite recently in Israel, there was a very, very viral bullying case. A guy that is gay and was bullied because he was gay. They really made his life miserable in this entire experience, and he made a post about it, and it went very, very viral, and it kind of like raised awareness about bullying in general. And I'm really hoping that this situation will become much better because, again, at the end of the day, we're all together. We're under the same boat. We're here to serve the country. We should help each other in this very, very difficult time instead of just push each other down to make ourselves feel better. And I really hope that not only in Israel, but also like in Korea or in the rest of the world, that the entire bullying thing will just stop and that people will start helping each other out a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you guys liked it. If you have any questions or comment, please feel free to comment them down below. Subscribe to the channel. And I hope I get to see you guys soon. Bye-bye! Salud!